Ever try telling a 5-year-old they can't have, like, cookies for every meal? It's
Right.
like the laws of
Yeah.
nutrition just don't apply.
Right.
So, managing expectations with kids, it's a skill, a superpower, an art form.
Totally.
And in this deep dive, we are taking that on. We've got 5 tips for managing your child's expectations,
Yeah.
which, let me tell you, is packed with good stuff.
It is. And you know what I think is so interesting about this topic? We often talk about managing expectations as if it's about kind of, I don't know, like holding kids back.
Right.
But it's actually about setting them up to thrive.
Yes.
Like, take the idea of setting realistic goals.
Okay.
This isn't about saying your dreams are too big, shrink them.
Right.
It's about teaching them, okay, how do we climb that ladder of success one step at a time?
Okay, so it's like instead of your kid deciding they're going to be the lead in the school play their first time ever auditioning.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, well, let's just try out, let's see what happens. Let's learn something new about acting.
Yes. And maybe the goal is, I'm going to try my best at the audition.
Right. Exactly.
That's a realistic goal.
And it gets to that point the text makes about praising the effort,
Oh, huge.
not just the outcome.
Yes. And that is so important for kids' development, right?
Huge.
Because it's not about finishing the puzzle fastest.
Right.
Or even, like, always getting it right.
Right.
It's about, I stuck with it.
I tried.
I didn't give up.
Mm-hmm.
And that builds resilience.
Resilience, which, by the way, everyone listening, that's not just a kid skill.
No, that's a life skill.
That is something you will use until the day you die.
100%.
So, okay, we've got setting these achievable goals. We've got cheering for the effort, not just the end result. But then, and this is the part I find tricky,
Yeah.
what about when disappointment hits?
It's tough.
Because it's going to happen.
It is.
The text talks about, like, discussing it openly, but
Yes, and there are ways to do that that are actually helpful.
okay, good, because I need help with this.
Right, so instead of being like, oh, don't be sad, which, let's be real, invalidates how they feel.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Try, it's okay to feel sad. I feel sad sometimes too.
Oh, interesting.
And then you can shift into, like, problem-solving mode.
Oh, okay.
What could we do differently next time? You're teaching them how to manage those feelings.
And you know what I'm realizing as you're saying this?
Yeah.
We've got to walk the walk on this one.
Oh, big time.
If we're melting down every time things don't go perfectly,
They're watching.
they see that. They're little copycats.
Oh, 100%. And think about it. What are we modeling in those moments?
Right. So, okay, we're setting the example. We're handling those tougher talks. What about the good stuff?
Yes.
Celebrating the wins.
This is the fun part.
It's got to be more than just good job.
All the time.
It is. And it's not about like showering kids with gifts for every little thing.
Right.
It's about those little moments of recognition.
No.
So maybe they stuck with that puzzle even though it was hard. Or they helped tidy up without being asked. Notice it. Oh, I like that. So instead of just like a blanket, good job, it's, I am so proud of how much patience you had while you were working on that puzzle, even when those pieces were really, really tricky.
There you go. You're teaching them the value of effort, of perseverance.
And they start to internalize it.
They do.
Wow. This has been like eye-opening.
It's a process.
And I think the big takeaway for me and for everyone listening, this managing expectations thing, it's a journey.
Total.
It's not a one-time fix. It's something we're all kind of figuring out as we go.
Absolutely.
So for everyone out there, here's something to think about this week. What's one tiny little way, it doesn't have to be huge, that you can help a kid in your life either set a realistic goal
Mm-hmm.
or just recognize the effort they're putting in? Keep that in mind, and we'll be back next time with another deep dive.